She's an award-winning YouTuber and best-selling author obsessed with helping you go after the life you want.
I like it.
Join her as she seeks out the stories and strategies
Give me every little detail.
of extraordinary people who found success.
I'm going to get emotional. Oh my God.
Welcome to Detail Therapy with Amy Landino.
Good morning, good life. Welcome back to Detail Therapy. In this episode, we're getting into the details about choosing happy. How do you do it? Especially when it seems like everything and everyone and all of the moments happening around us are holding us back. Let's talk about choosing better and choosing happy today. If you're new here, hello. My name is Amy Landino and I will be your host. I am your productive lifestyle and success coach and founder of Gatlu House, a resource dedicated to helping you go after the life you want. You can see all of our work, including the show notes for this podcast, a little clickety-click to our sponsor for today. Everything is available to you at detailtherapy.online. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like we have all been sitting in this really interesting time that is 2021, which, by the way, as much as it's been quite a bit of repercussions of the former year, more than it's been progress, or at least that's what it feels like to me. I don't know about you. Hasn't it gone fast? How is it November already? It just kind of blows me away, really, how quickly this year went. And then, of course, you know, the typical switch over from Halloween to Christmas in a snap is also one of those things that just reminds you how fast the time is going by. I hope that you're having moments of happy lately, but if you're not, if you clicked on this episode and you're thinking, you know, I could use a little bit of help in this department, happy isn't exactly my go-to emotion at the moment. Can you help me out, sister friend? I want to talk to you about this. And I also want to remind everyone, and I don't think I remind you of this enough, that I actually love what I do so much in my work, in the stuff that we share on the podcast, stuff that we talk about on Amy TV, anything that's at gatlu.com. I love doing this because I am sharing my journey. I'm not sitting here from a place of I know everything, although that has been like my favorite place to be in my head. I love being a know-it-all because I feel so proud when I know something and I want to share it. When I say that I'm a know-it-all, I feel like it's a place of I'm learning this too. And the moment I know something, the moment I've learned something, the moment I've had an aha moment, the moment it occurs to me, I want you to hear it from me as soon as possible. I want to share that so that we can be elevated together. So I want to remind everyone, I'm not sitting here thinking I got it all figured out. What I want to share with you today is how I've been choosing happy lately, because it's not always my go-to emotion, as mentioned before. There's always something that's staring me in the face that looks like it's holding me back, that's giving me a circumstance I would choose not to have. For instance, I am still sitting on the floor of my office. Okay. It's not a place I want to be. It's not a place that is happy for me. I'm not thrilled, but you know what? The work's got to get done. I don't have a desk. My desk is still being transported here by a large boat, last I heard. And I don't get to know for sure when it will be here, which would be my happy place, but I have to choose another happy because I don't have that. That's the circumstance I'm being dealt. I'm sitting on the floor. I am making a podcast here, and it's because I am choosing happy in another way. It's possible to do that. And there's actually a very specific thing that has to happen so that I don't just tell myself a fake story. That's what I want you to know right off the bat. We are not creating or fabricating happiness for you in order to make this work. It will not work. It just can't. I'm not going to tell you, oh, just go and meditate so that you can clear your mind. That will be your happy place. I don't know that about you. I can't say that for sure. That may not be your happy place until you've executed on meditation for so long that it becomes a habit that is positive for you and you can't get enough and you do it every day. I can't tell you what your happy place is. I can't help you fabricate it. There's a very specific thing that has to happen for you to choose your happy, no matter what's holding you back. But the most important thing we need to keep in mind, the biggest thing I need from you to go on this journey with me is to realize and remind yourself, which I have to do every day, that reminder every day, is that the choice is yours. It's completely within your control, whether you're happy. And doesn't that suck? Because it would just be so much easier to be like, listen, y'all, I'm not happy because my office isn't done being set up. My husband's kind of being annoying. I had some weird things happen at work this week. I'm not getting paid enough. This isn't going well. There's so many reasons why we could just say, listen, I got a perfectly good reason to not be happy. Do you? That's what we need to remember is like, are they perfectly good reasons? Good reasons for who? Good reasons for you so that you can convince yourself as to why you're not choosing happy. That's the big thing. No matter what steps we're going to take, it's the fact that you have a choice to take those steps. You've already taken one step. You clicked on this podcast. Why'd you click on this podcast? Are you unhappy? Are you finding that there are things that are not going your way and you wish you were feeling more happy lately? Have you felt so distant from happiness in the first place that you just, well, you know what? Maybe this podcast will help me. I don't know. None of the other ones have. Why? Why did you come here? Because you chose to. You chose to because you have the awareness right now that it could be better. Your thinking could be better. And I want your thinking to be better. I want my thinking to be better. I want all of us to be thinking a little bit better because when we think better, we feel better. But in order to feel better, we have to prioritize those feelings and choose the right feeling and choose happiness. So before we unpack a single thing, you have to say it with me now. I'm game. I am freaking game for taking ownership over the fact that this is my choice. Say it. I take ownership of my choice. That's it. That's going to be the heart of everything. We talk about this a lot, right? Actions and steps, baby steps, big steps, hitting milestones, achievements. It all comes down to you. And we want our thought process to be on our side. Gosh darn it. We don't want the current that is working its way toward us to be our own headspace. So we need to work on that. And we need to choose happy. But before we do, let's take a quick break. Let's take just a moment so I can tell you about our sponsor, and that's our friends over at Ana Luisa. One thing you may not know about me is that I just live for a bold fashion moment. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of time to research putting looks together. This is why I love shopping with Ana Luisa. They are your one-stop shop for jewelry that delivers on that wow factor, unbeatable quality, and fair prices that don't derail the budget. Not only do they have new collections released every Friday, but their timeless sustainable pieces never go out of style. I recently went with the Michelle set for a little bit of a statement piece because of the gorgeous layers and texture it has going on. Let me tell you. The quality is incredible. If you want something that's like a little bit simpler but still chic, the Ana Gold necklace is where it's at. But no matter which piece you pick, you're going to be stepping out in style. Pop over to your browser and go to shop.analuisa.com/detail therapy so that you can take advantage of our special discount of 10% off your jewelry purchase. That's shop.analuisa.com/detail shop.analuisa.com/detail therapy, where you'll find fabulous options that start from just $39. You can easily find the link to get 10% off when you head to our show notes of this episode of Detail Therapy, but I'll go ahead and spell it for you one more time. That's shop.analuisa.com/detail therapy for fabulous jewelry options that wow from day to night, no matter where you're headed in going after the life you want. If we want to choose our happy, we actually need to get really real about what that emotion means to us. Have you ever thought about, I want to be happy, right? And you have a kind of an idea of what that identity would look like within you. But then you start thinking about maybe other people, maybe other circumstances. You can see the smiles on other people's faces and the bubbliness, and you're trying to identify with that. And therefore, you are illustrating in your mind what happiness is supposed to look like based on what someone else is showing you. And then you just feel even more distant from it. Like, well, but I don't know that I want to be that. I just want to not be so troubled in my head, right? Like there's a scale here. There's some area between troubled and happy. And I feel like I could work my way into it a little bit. I don't know if I would be like that person, or if I would be smiling all the time or constantly laughing, but I could go for something a little bit more lighthearted. Do you see what I'm saying? What does it actually look like to you? We have to get rid of the perceptions of other people and what their version of happiness is telling us, for the same reason that we can't do all the same things they're doing in order to achieve happiness, because it's their formula. We have our own. So when you think about what the emotion of happiness means to you, what are some other feelings that would contribute to that, should it be a goal? And that is something that I have gotten really, really, really tuned in with lately. Because if you think about when you wake up in the morning and some of the emotions that you have right off the bat, some of them hopefully are positive, but some of them, if you have not been in a state of happy or contentment lately, you probably have different crappy feelings that you encounter first thing in the morning. We don't want them, right? But if we can identify them, then we at least know where the opposite end of the spectrum could be. So let's say you wake up a little too worried all the time, or scared, or anxious. Do you want to wake up and feel those things? Even if they're natural to you and they seem to be happening all the time, that could be setting you off in the wrong direction. This is why we talk about morning routines, maybe rerouting some of those feelings. But let's just go shortcut here. Forget the routine. If those are the feelings you're waking up with, what's the opposite? Calm is one that has been really, really important to me. Everything in my life is a state of movement. Everything is a state of action. Everything is a state of perfection. Everything is a state of things that are really annoying and get me to be a bit anxious and stressed. And those are the negative feelings I feel sometimes when I wake up. So if I'm thinking of the opposite of those things, I want to choose calm. I want to choose cool. Not collected, because then it's just a cliche. You know what I mean? Calm, cool, collected. It's not calm, cool, collected for me, but it is calm, cool, and confident. Those three words, just saying them, seeing them, they are on the freaking wallpaper of my phone. They're the wallpaper of my desktop. Calm, cool, confident, just because those words to me kind of make me crack a little smile on my face because I feel better. I'm choosing happy. So when I actually think about choosing happy, I'm not, I'm going to go smile until it sticks, right? Or I'm going to go watch a comedy and hope that laughter continues throughout my day. Although these are all very, really smart things, and I'm sure that they will happen and be wonderful for many people. And I'm not saying that they're not wonderful for me, but if I need something now, I need to know myself. I need to know where my head is going habitually. And then I need to choose differently. The intention to flip the script needs to happen immediately so I can stop the thoughts that are holding me back. The feeling that we are choosing, if it's happiness for you, if it's confidence for you, if it's calm, if it's cool, if it's chill, if it's over the moon, if it's excited, you define your own emotions. And you know what? You can make your emotions whatever you want, even if technically they're not, labeled as an emotion. I think it should be what you feel is right to you, what actually gets you excited. That's the first step to this whole mindset shift working. Your thoughts are not you. But we confuse that all the time because of how much they occur and they're moving around and the same ones keep popping up and then they become a story and the story becomes fact and we confuse real fact with our mind's fact. And where's the feeling in that? That is an example of letting your circumstances affect you, for letting them take you for a ride, not just outside of you, but what's happening inside. So if we want to choose happy, we need to know what happiness actually means to us. Happiness is not, the desk arriving in my office. It's not. Happiness to me are the feelings that help me feel that contentment. So I want you to choose happy, but I want you to have deeper meaning of what happiness would actually feel like to you so that you can choose that. Choose the feelings that would actually be desired. If I woke up in the morning, if every conversation I had, I was unrattled, if any moment happened, these are the feelings I would have all the time. And if I did, then I might handle things a little bit differently. My reactions might not be as emotional or unstable. I would have the big picture in mind. It wouldn't matter what happened if my North Star were these feelings. What are those to you? This has to do with you and knowing yourself. And I do then think that a great action would be how do you typically wake up? What are you feeling? And how do we start rerouting your day from the moment it starts? Because it's very likely that if you don't like where you are right now, then you don't like how you've been feeling lately. And we need to identify that root of problem, the feelings that are not aligning with your happiness. That's what I wanted to share with you today. It's a journey. It's something I'm choosing every day. My intention every day is to choose those feelings that are so right in my gut. Just saying them feels like a mantra. Just feeling like I'm having those feelings, even if the moment is not calling for those feelings, is me choosing happy. And that's what's helping me get closer to stopping the negativity train. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Would you please come over to Instagram? We're at Details Podcast over there. Tell me what you thought about this episode. What are your feelings if you had to choose? It's more than just happy, right? How do we make happy real to you? Is it one other feeling? Is there something else that you would choose over how you've been feeling lately? What is the opposite of the negative feelings you've been having? Share that with us in the comments on the latest post over there. And that really is our little copay for this non-doctor's office here is you sharing the show, you commenting with us, you going to social media and letting your friends know that maybe today they can choose happy if this episode is right for them. So please do that if you have a moment. And don't forget to check out our amazing sponsor, Ana Luisa, and their wonderful jewelry finds. You'll get the special offer only being shared here on Detail Therapy when you go over to the show notes and click the link. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers.